This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today we are talking creativity, we're talking community, and why arts matter. And I am just delighted to have representatives from Art Center Waco here, Duane Sartor, who is the executive director. And we have a wonderful collector here with us, Dr. Larry Cartmell, and we'll be talking about your collection coming up. And also Desiree Hardeman, you're the education
Yes.
director. So delighted to have you all here. It's been too long since we've talked Art Center Waco.
Thank you, Ann. Yes, it has. I'm excited to be here, as is Desiree. And I'm
Yes,
sure
thank you
Larry.
so much.
Well, you've got a lot of exciting things coming right up. The big exhibits. There is a big one called Amplified, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So Amplified it was an open call, large works. So the works had to be larger than 48 inches in at least one direction. Our opening was last night. We have approximately 20 works, and they're all very large scale. They're wonderful, from local artists to regional artists. We had approximately right at 50 entries, and the jurors narrowed it down to these 20.
That's got to be a hard thing to do.
It's very difficult to do.
So who do you have do the curating?
So
in a situation like
our
that?
curator for this is Bella Perez, and she's our in-house curator.
Wonderful.
She's wonderful with it. She's lovely, and it truly is a great show. You don't expect some of the detail that you see, but we have one piece that's Tchaikovsky, and it's a $22,000 piece.
Oh my goodness!
So
are these pieces for sale?
They are all for sale.
All for sale. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Or 99% are for sale. The most expensive piece is truly, it's just delightful. It's a large metal sculpture in coral and pinks.
Okay.
55.
So it's not just wall paintings. It's
correct. Oh no, it's very mixed.
Good.
So we have metal pieces. We have a very interesting. It's a triptych, which is 3 pieces, and it is recycled rock climbing rope.
Interesting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
my
it's
goodness.
just beautiful. It will remind
People's
you.
imagination never
Yeah,
ceases to amaze me. Yeah.
It'll remind you of like macrame from the 70s.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Okay.
All
and
right.
it's a wall hanging. We have a piece that has a lot of cardboard and electronics. There's just it's a funky. It's pieces you'd find around Waco, and it was probably the most creative and ingenious of the pieces.
And that piece is also very interactive. So
The fingerprint.
yes, the artist has where you can have your fingerprint and you can put your fingerprint right on the painting.
Really?
It's literally pieces that have been found on the street.
Of
So
Waco.
she's the artist has just moved to Texas. Her husband is I believe is a professor at Baylor, and she has an arts background, and is just extremely talented. And her first project when she moved here was to collect pieces that she found, and it's
Awesome.
Yes.
stuff off the street that
so-
comes to life in art.
It is such a delight to talk about Art Center Waco and this wonderful facility. I remember when it was all gutted and being, built. Tell everybody, first of all, if they don't know where you're located.
Yes, we're at 701 South 8th Street, and our property actually, there's a driveway on 9th Street as well as 8th Street.
Right, you can get there either way. Well, you mentioned rock climbing. There's another kind of rock we want to talk to the good doctor about, and it is another exhibit that is starting up. It's If These Walls Could Talk, and you have a collection of rock posters, meaning rock and roll groups and so
Yes.
forth. So, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming. How did you get started collecting rock and roll art?
Well, I took the first one down off a wall in 1979 and never stopped. And now I have over 5,000.
5,000. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, do
So
you have a favorite?
No, you can't have a
Your
favorite when you
favorite
have
child,
that
right?
many. The first one was from a show of the Cramps and the Buzzcocks by a local artist named Brian Thompson. And he had a really nice kind of new wave style that was really popular then in 1979. And I've collected probably about 25 or 30 of his. And he did a lot of really unique types of posters, all black and white, for Little Wing Productions in Oklahoma, mainly out of Kane's Ballroom, and some for the Boomer Theater in Norman. And I was living in Norman at the time, going to the University of Oklahoma. And I worked in a used record shop that was right next to the Boomer, and we sold tickets for the Boomer. And so I saw lots of shows at the Boomer, and we had a great time going to those shows. And we saw all kinds of bands there that were incredibly good to see at the time. Tom Petty's first tour,
Wow.
all kinds of English bands that were coming on their first
A
tours.
lot of people went through Oklahoma. That is for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, your promotional card thing for the show is of Jimi Hendrix here from when he was in West Germany in 1969. That's a very famous poster. So you own this poster.
Yes.
So what are some of the most famous ones we will see in your exhibit?
There are lots of Grateful Dead pieces. Of course, those are very popular. There are a lot of pieces from Armadillo World headquarters. I was lucky enough to go to the Armadillo, see about 5 shows there. Older pieces from Texas, from the Vulcan Gas Company, which was a psychedelic dance hall in the late 60s that was related to the Armadillo World headquarters. There's older stuff from Hoffhein's Pavilion in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
There's stuff from the West Coast, from Fillmore, Avalon Ballroom. There's newer stuff, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, everything.
Wow.
I've got. You can't have that many and it all just be one thing.
Yeah, so do you have these all rolled up in a tube, or how do
No,
you store
I
all
save
these?
all mine flat.
Are they framed, all of them framed? Or?
No, I ran out
that
of
would be
wall
I was
space
gonna
a
say
long time ago.
5,000 posters, yeah.
I ran out of wall space a long time ago. I have a giant flat file that my wife bought for our anniversary in 1991 that came out of an oil field office in Dallas that they stored maps in.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
and it's full. And about 15, 18 years ago, after it filled up, I kind of slowed down on buying
I wondered if you're
things.
still collecting.
I still buy a few things, but I don't buy the bulk that I used to buy.
Right.
There was about 20 years that I just collected really, really strong, met a lot of artists, and bought everything they had at the time,
Yeah.
and would buy stacks, walk away with stacks of things, actually, that
That you
were
did.
arm-breaking stacks.
This is probably the single largest, most comprehensive collection we've ever shown at the center.
Really? So, and how many do you have in this show?
We've tried to do this a couple of times.
Of large format posters, there's over 250.
Okay, a lot.
And there's a wall that's handbills that's over 250 handbills.
Oh, sure. And those are, that's
They're
They're
8.5
like
by
8.5 by 11s,
okay, kind
and
of
some
traditional size, yeah.
and some that are like
11 by 17.
yeah. Well,
Ish.
we're counting smaller than 11 by 17, like 8.5 by 14 or 10 by 14. And some of those are really unique too, and they aren't all just little Xerox things either. And some of those are old and really hard to get. Some of
Yeah.
those are from the Vulcan Gas Company. Some of them are from really unique venues too.
Well, I know as people come through, they're going to be reminiscing about these
Oh, yeah.
groups and talking about great concerts they've seen. Desiree, I want to talk a little bit about education, though, with you. Now, education is really a core mission of the Art Center.
Yes.
Just talk about art education outside the classroom and what that means to you and the Art Center.
Well, before we jumped into that, then let's talk about the Flora Cameron Gallery. The Flora Cameron Gallery is awesome. That Flora Cameron Estate gifted us with 83 pieces of her private collection. And so we have a Chagall, we have Lafaux. It is absolutely breathtaking what we have. And we have a wonderful storage system. So even though we only have 20 displayed right now, we rotate that every quarter, and then the others are available. So, and that goes right into, and it's a season of bloom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tell me
Yes,
about that.
yes, so
Right,
it's beautiful.
it's flowers. And
Yes, well, it's floral. It's flowers and also some abstracts that have a floral ambiance to them. So, and to segue that into education, it is so significant to be able to have field trips for students to come, and that includes Baylor students, museum art students,
Sure, yeah.
to be able to come and see that type of museum quality work that's really not available in this area. You most of these you'd really have to go to Houston or but to be able to have that access right there, and it's free, and it's really exciting because one thing that we do is we explain some of the art. We help the children and adults see what that really means. So now, from February until March, we will have 3 exhibits. All 3 exhibits will be on display, which is great for field trips. I'm already booking that. The other thing that we do is then we have a class where we have an art activity, and I usually tie it to one of the exciting exhibits. So that's awesome. The other part of our education is that we have classes for children from pre-K all of the way to adults. We have our teacher cohort, which is fabulous. Through the teacher cohort, we've impacted over 10,000 children. So that is absolutely wonderful. And then we have our museum studies. We have summer camp, which is fabulous. And we have scholarships available for that.
Now, people are already starting to plan ahead.
Yes,
what
yes.
they're going to do.
They are. I've been receiving emails. And then we have spring break camp, which is from March 9th to March 13th.
Very good.
So those are available.
That's awesome.
While we have those camps, then we also look at the exhibits and teach them. And because the Flora Cameron exhibit is a permanent exhibit, then we are really able to year round. And now we're able to have classes and have that education focus. My background is education. I have over 20 years of education. I retired as an administrator. But I tell you, so I wasn't really an artist, but now I am so immersed in art, and I see how art transforms people. So through art and education, it's a game changer, and it's very exciting. And so I'm just really excited and so proud of the things that we're doing. We are just exploding. We have so many classes and activities. I had to say, wait, hold on. We need to hire someone else, which is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So in case
Okay, good.
anyone is interested, we are hiring a teaching assistant, education facilitator part-time, and then always I'm hiring artist teachers.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
exciting.
Yes.
Duane, you've been at the helm during a time of growth,
Yes.
really exciting change. What excites you most about the direction the Art Center Waco is going?
Probably the possibilities and being able to regain our footing with programming, especially on the education side.
Right, right.
Build those classes back up. Everyone suffered through COVID. That was compounded by our leaving the MCC campus, searching for a building, finding it, remodeling, etc. And it's time that our goal right now is to rebuild education and to continuously have exhibits on display in in all 3 galleries.
Yes.
And for this year, we have, starting with we actually started with AIA Waco in January, and they were up for a month. They had their award winners from their architectural contest. And then now with Larry's, and Larry's is the
Exciting.
big kickoff.
Well, and Larry, you've got a great story about how you got started doing all this, and it has to do with education and an art class that you were in. We're going to get to that, but we need to take a break right now, and we will do that. But we will be back to talk more with these great folks from Art Center Waco right after this.
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
Serving Central Texas since 1889, TFNB Your Bank for Life takes pride in being more than a bank. At TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, Your Bank for Life.
Today's show is brought to you by the Heart of Texas Home Builders Association. Don't miss this year's Home Products Show. It's January 31st and February 1st at the base at the Extraco Events Center. You'll see everything from home construction to remodeling, start to finish. Tickets are $5 at the door. I'll see you there.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
It's time to start something new at Allen Samuels. Drive in with huge savings on all of our Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. From the trail-conquering Jeep Grand Cherokee, towing in style with a Ram Heavy Duty, or cruising the city in a sporty and luxurious Ram 1500, we've got the perfect ride for you. Stop by Allen Samuels in Waco, where we make car buying easy.
Come by, let's be friends.
Don't miss the Home Product Show Saturday, January 31st and Sunday, February 1st at the base at Extraco Event Center in Waco. You'll meet local professionals and see the latest building trends, discover innovative products, and find expert advice all under one roof. Plus, there will be games for the whole family and cash prizes. Don't miss the Home Product Show, January 31st and February 1st. Brought to you by TFNB, Your Bank for Life.
And we're back talking about Art Center Waco and some fabulous exhibits that are going on right now. There is Amplified, which is large works that are happening there. There's a season of bloom with kind of a permanent exhibit. And If These Walls Could Talk, which is rock and roll posters. And I love this because Dr. Larry Cartmell is here. You're a pathologist.
Correct.
And so you did your education at Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma, I guess.
Yes.
OU. And but what got you interested in collecting rock and roll posters?
It was my love of music, and I had an influential art teacher as a youngster who let us play music in our class. And one of the things that ended up happening was this Life magazine came to our house.
Okay. Oh.
When I was in that art class.
Oh, my goodness.
While we were playing
I
that same
that.
kind of music.
Yeah.
In the class. And I thought, well, I want to try to make a poster like this in art class.
Oh, okay.
A psychedelic poster. And
oh, gosh.
I
Remember
thought,
the Beatles and all, all that kind of
and
thing?
actually, there's 2 posters that are on that cover that will be in the show.
Yeah,
and we
Easy
have,
Rider, right?
We have Rolling Stones, we have Doors, Yardbirds, 13th floor elevators, and those 2 of those are on that cover that I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness!
And we actually have Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, the whole gamut. Everything that I like and I've been to see a show of just about is in there. Maybe not the show that I went to, but something representative.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimi Hendrix is represented. There's lots of rare and unusual pieces for all of those. And Grateful Dead in Texas, there's 9 different pieces of Grateful Dead or Grateful Dead related pieces from Texas. Some of them collectors have never seen.
Really?
Really awesome. And then later when I was old enough to really start collecting on my own and started pulling stuff down off walls whenever I was in college and was going to more shows that were when it was, kind of in that era when punk and new wave was around, and really started pulling down a lot of posters that were more representative. When I was going to the show, I'd leave the show, if the poster was still up, whoosh, it came with me. And that's the way I really got started. So that's how a lot of posters ended up early on.
So you didn't necessarily buy them? They were just giving them away? Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the handbills, those came out of record stores.
Oh, yeah.
Or
they were just ads that they were
or they would be
up.
a giveaway in the back of the, on the way out of a show. And that's the way Bill Graham started with the postcards.
Right.
He'd leave them on a table at the back of the show, and people would pick them up on the way out.
Yeah. And also, he's going to have several other exciting artist talks, which is part of what we do with every exhibit.
Good.
We have artist talks. We have family days, which this year will be at Lunar New Year. But he will be able to share many of those stories.
Yeah, on noon on Saturdays all through February, and they're all going to be pretty interesting. I've got a lot, because after I got past that kind of pull them down and all that kind of thing, I got to the point where, well, that's not going to work all the time, because one of the stories is, after I was in residency and we were in Dallas, we were around Fair Park one time, and that Bobby Blue Bland show's over, and my wife's driving, and we've got my daughter in the back seat. She's like 3 years old. And I want that poster. I like Bobby Blue Bland. I've had Two Steps from the Blues for 25 years, that album. So she stops, and it's bad traffic, and she's starting to get honked at, and I'm out there with my pen knife pulling the staples out. I don't ever pull those down just like that.
Oh no, you're going to damage it.
Right. I want the corners too. I want the whole poster. So anyway. I get back in the car. She's crying because people have been honking at her. My daughter's crying because my wife's crying because the traffic's been bad. I'm like, nope, we're not doing that anymore.
Putting my foot down.
So anyway, that ended up being a lie. I ended up doing it again about 3 months later to pull down a Public Enemy poster.
Somehow suspicion that was not the last time.
Yeah, to pull down a Public Enemy poster in Deep Ellum.
Oh, gosh.
And that poster is in the show, the Public Enemy poster.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Duane, what role do partnerships play in the work of the Art Center?
A large role.
Yeah.
And the partnerships take different forms.
Mhm.
You know, they come from grants. We have local partnerships. Central National Bank has been a large partner of ours. Joe Nesbitt and his team were kind enough to they supported last year when we opened the Flora Cameron Gallery, and they are continuing this year with that exhibit.
That's good.
I mean, you can't put on these shows without those.
Of course.
Without that
Because
underwriting
you don't
support.
charge admission at the door.
Correct.
So yeah.
Correct. And we know that probably someday that there's going to be an admission element.
Right.
We don't know what that looks like, but we're one of the last remaining. You know, it's part of our mission though, and so there will always be, and most museums share part of that mission.
Mhm.
You know, you go to the Kimball, you have galleries you can get into for no charge and galleries that you pay for.
Mhm.
And it's traditionally like they're traveling
Oh, okay.
shows.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a norm in museum world. And so we may see that in the coming years, but you know, we're not ready for that now. We haven't quite worked that out yet and what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We also excuse me. We also collaborate with Creative Waco.
Oh yeah.
They're a big part of our lives, and Doreen, and you know, I mean, the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
art community. We also partner with with different community groups, like for example, the Asian Leadership Network. Their Lunar New Year on the 21st, we are going to have our Family Day there. So we're
Oh.
going to man a table there. We've also been very involved with Black Scent and the Hispanic Leadership Network. So we have immersed ourselves in the community, especially the art community, because I was new to it. So I wanted to make sure that I went to every single thing to really understand. So the Dia de la Muertes, we
Oh,
are a
yeah.
part of, you know, just about everything that happens,
Mhm.
especially Creative Waco. We really appreciate so much how they have included us and partner with us on everything.
Yeah, we have a vibrant arts community, as you
We
say,
really
so
do.
many different
Mhm.
aspects to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're partnered with the If Walls Could Talk show with Texas Music Cafe too
Oh, yes.
for
Oh,
a music
yes.
Oh,
sponsor.
Great.
awesome.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Liz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I've learned they've just recently moved. They've
Mhm.
changed
Mhm.
locations. So
They
yeah.
moved back to their original
I
location,
think that's
I
right.
believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Texas Music Cafe has partnered with us for If These Walls Could Talk. So that's
Right.
Perfectly
that's
logical.
new for us.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
great.
Yeah.
And also Baylor, and right now, Dr. Badia, we are working with her on disability in art. So she has a huge grant. She's absolutely wonderful. I'm sure that you know her at Baylor. So we are partnering with her to actually work with creating art for disabled children and people.
Wonderful.
I know we're going to have a big celebration, bringing people in. There are several artists that are disabled, and so we want to make sure that every voice is heard, and that's really something that is so important to us. On the education part, we make sure that we bring diverse artists in, and also with all of our exhibits, we really make sure that voices are heard, people are seen, and we're bringing these people involved. We've also been involved with the Waco Housing Authority and the Advocacy Center,
Mhm.
because we want to make sure that our mission is art is for everyone, and we want to make sure that everyone has a piece of that.
Yeah, I love that. Looking ahead, is there a big goal you have envisioned?
Well, this year, our first goal is to double our classes from last year.
Okay.
Mhm.
And that's a pretty high hill to climb, but we're working on it. And I think we'll achieve it. And
Yes.
You know, you're talking as far as numbers of classes or people attending or
well,
Both.
that's both.
both, really.
Both. Yes.
Yes.
And already we've expanded summer camp.
Okay.
And by popular demand, we only had one kindergarten class during summer camp, but people wanted more, so now we're going to have two.
Good.
Mhm.
And we've expanded it. It was 5 weeks, and now it's going to be 6 weeks. We did have two classes every week. Now we're going to have three. So, popular demand last year, it was so fabulous. And this year we want to expand that and our scholarship program because we want to make sure that everyone has access to the wonderful things that we're doing. And so we're really pushing that, and you're going to hear more about that later as we get closer to summer because we will have a big campaign. Ann Olson is one of our board members, and she headed that up last year and will again. So those are things that are really important to us, and that's part of building is making it accessible.
Yeah. The flip side of education is we also have more events planned this year. So we're bringing table toppers back. We don't have.
Are you really?
We will. We don't have a date yet. I've got to get with our legacy committee, our legacy society, and determine what that date, where in March, April, May.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll have table toppers.
That's good.
We'll have a couple others.
I'm thinking venue. Of course, I'm thinking at MCC the new. Wouldn't that be a beautiful place?
Yes.
To have a table toppers.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I can see that.
The plus side with the Art Center is
and
we
kind
have.
of bring you back full circle because where the Art Center used to be.
Yes.
Yeah, is we do have space
I don't
at the
need
center.
to serve on one more committee, but
Well, there you go. You're invited.
We'll let you do a table.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. This is so fun. So I mean, we're talking Art Center Waco, and you took art as do you still do art yourself, Doctor?
I do some things. I do lost wax casting.
So tell me about that.
Well, I have an old hot rod, and I've made a lot of parts for it, and I've been doing it as an adult. I made my wife and I's wedding rings.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's just a lot of little kind of things that I do every so often. I don't cast myself. I do the wax, and I have somebody cast for me. But there's just some little stuff that I kind of do, kind of like that. I used to make a lot of mobiles out of driftwood and found bones and things like that. And so there's some kind of art things that I do, but I'm not as active as I used to be doing that.
Yeah. Either one of you artists as well?
No.
I know. I was going to say, I cannot draw stick figures. So I'm
in the same
fascinated. I
boat.
love to talk to artists.
Right. The funny thing is that I am not an artist, but because I've been running the teacher cohort, and so we bring, some of the best artists in to teach our teachers who then take it to their schools and impact the culture of the campus and teach so many children. That's why we were able to impact so many kids. But now that I've been watching those, every, once a month, I'm learning. And so with our last class, I actually painted a little panel for our community grid. And I tell you, I was so excited because I thought, wow, I'm learning things. So just being a part of it and being immersed in that community, it just sparks, creativity. So I'm not an artist, but I'm learning so much.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. What would you say to someone who has not yet visited the Art Center Waco? What should they expect?
Walk in the door.
Yeah.
And you're going to see all different levels. You're going to see a permanent exhibit that is from artists all over the world. That, our prized possession is a Marc Chagall Le Cirque, which is stunning. Le Faux, Gustav Bowman. We've got Bell. It's a phenomenal collection. So diverse. Our Beard Gallery, which is the main gallery in the middle of the facility, that's where we usually average about 7 exhibits a year. With Amplified going on now, there's always something in that gallery. The back gallery, the large gallery, the Hulse Gallery is where the Rock Poster Show is taking place.
Where you're kind of traveling exhibits come there.
Yeah, and you're going to find something you like, and there's always a new. You're just a couple weeks away from a new opening.
Right, right. Now your posters are not for sale, right?
No.
Okay, not for sale, but other art is.
Other art is.
And people are if they want to become more familiar with art and maybe begin to collect, I would presume that you have the artists there sometimes, and they're able to talk with you all to kind of help guide and direct in that area as well.
Yes, that is true. We had a couple of artists last night at our Amplified opening, and they, they're able to really, their idea of working the crowd, and they're trying to push their sales.
Right. I mean, it's kind of a business for them.
Yes, it's their livelihood.
Yeah.
But it's nice for them to be able to get into those of us that appreciate the art and visit and just find out what we like about that particular piece.
Yeah.
Right. And the other exciting fun thing is that oftentimes the artists also teach in my cohort. So, like, for example, Sarah Pick has, which I'm
she's
sure.
a good friend of mine.
Isn't she wonderful?
Yeah. Watercolor Society.
Yes. So she taught the Art Venture series on watercolor.
Good.
And then she also taught in one of the teacher cohorts. And then with our next exhibit, the Maximalism, one of the artists, a wonderful Hispanic artist, female artist, is going to teach in the March cohort. So we often have, it's a way for us to bring those awesome people in. Vincent Thomas is someone who has been in our art gallery and also been a teacher. So we really connect it because we have our passions. My passion is education and bringing that in and transforming lives. Duane is absolutely wonderful in organizing, people bringing it together. These, the whole new focus of the halls, the halls having exhibits is all him. Primarily that was used just for events.
Right.
Things like that.
It's perfect for exhibits.
Yes. And then Bella, she's absolutely wonderful, and she's our gallery coordinator. So between the three of us, because that's who we are, we all have our passions, we all have our talents, and they work so well together. Yeah. So to for just the three of us to have exploded like this is so fun and exciting because we're so passionate.
Well, and obviously there's a wonderful camaraderie, and your roles complement each other so wonderfully. And I have just enjoyed this so much. I like to end these little visits. It's a questionnaire the late great James Lipton would use on Inside the Actor's Studio, if that rings a bell or not. So I'll just kind of bounce some of these questions off the three of you. Need to get your mic back up again, more pointing.
Okay.
Out. There we go. I'll start with Duane. What is your favorite word? I stumped you.
I don't have a favorite word.
You don't have a favorite word, okay.
I'll answer that one.
Okay, go ahead.
Serendipity.
That's a good word.
Because if it weren't for serendipity, I wouldn't have been able to collect what I've collected because it's been meeting people through relationships, just casual bumping into people that I'd been able to do what I've done.
Yeah. What about a least favorite word? Do you have a least favorite word, former educator?
Well, if I may say, my favorite word is transformative.
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. Because every single thing in every element of my life, I've been able to see that transformative nature and to see that now with art. I mean, when children see things and their eyes just spark open. We had an all-female artist, women in their work, and and I had a Girl Scout troop, and one of the little girls looked and said, "These are all women? Aww. You mean I can be an artist too?" I had goosebumps. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. So that's my favorite word.
Yeah.
And my least favorite word is no.
I hear that a lot.
Mine is can't.
Right, and I hear that too.
And I'm
an awful lot.
I would lean towards inclusive as being, I guess, a favorite word if you have to pick one. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But can't my least.
Right. It can't be done.
Yes. What about you? What's your favorite word?
I don't know. I've heard so many. Don't put me on the spot like this. My favorite word. Love, I think. I'm going to go with what I've heard that one before. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally? I'll start with you, Doctor.
Finding something new. Because
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
And-
you know, your work as a pathologist, quite frankly, you're always investigating and finding things.
Yeah, every day,
It's what you
something
do.
different.
Yeah.
And at work, I see something different under the microscope every day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's stuff that I didn't expect. And that's part of what keeps me interested in the job.
Sure.
I like looking in the microscope. I hate putting out reports.
Yeah.
You know,
Paperwork.
The paperwork part just has
Gotcha.
gotten to where that I
Okay, well,
hate
so
that.
you've answered the second part. What turns you off, spiritually, emotionally? What turns you on, Desiree?
Learning new things. I mean, and seeing people be empowered. And being part of that is just so exciting. Like yesterday, I facilitated an LPI session, Leadership Plenty, and just seeing people excited and empowered. That's my turn on.
Yeah.
And my turn off, I know this sounds corny, but it's just negativity.
Yeah.
It just,
I hear that a lot,
yeah,
too.
I just have to, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Duane?
Yeah. Seeing the beauty in anything and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a sunset, a painting, and at the same time, recognizing where I am in the universe when I see that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
how much time has passed and what's left.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. What is your favorite sound?
Strangely, silence.
I've heard that before too. I have heard that before too. I've got a constant ringing, so I never really get total silence anymore. And I didn't listen to a lot of rock music, but I wore headphones a bunch. What about you? Favorite sound? I know you like rock and roll music.
Strangely, I like a good exhaust tone from a hot car.
I love that. Okay. What about you?
The ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love the ocean.
Yeah. What about least favorite sound?
Besides
Crying.
fingernails on a chalkboard.
We laugh about that. How many people, they don't even have, they have whiteboards anymore. Do they even know what a fingernails on a
they don't know what
chalkboard
that
is?
is.
They don't even know what it is. You have to be a certain age.
My absolute least favorite is, when you're with someone who is a loud eater.
Yeah. They chew loudly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you? A least favorite sound?
I have a lot of them, and it's hard to just pick a least one.
Okay.
It's they're I don't like the sound of music in cars when I can't hear the whole thing.
Yeah. What job would you like to have tried? I mean, you were former educator, administrator. Wayne, before you went to the Art Center, what did you do?
Television, broadcasting.
Okay.
So I was in broadcasting for 30 years.
You were at Channel 10.
25 most recently, and I spent the bulk of my career at 44 at the Fox affiliate.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. We didn't overlap at Channel 25, did we? I'm kind of embarrassed if we did.
No, just barely, I believe. I started in 2019, and I think you were on your way out.
Yeah. Okay, because 2020 was when I retired. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right, well, got that. So what other thing would you like to have tried or thought, when you were little, I want to be a whatever? Did you always know you wanted to go into medicine?
I kind of did.
Yeah.
And my dad was a pathologist. I've got a cousin who's a pathologist.
Keeping it in the family.
And my cousin said it's a genetic defect in our family.
Oh,
so it's kind of one of those things.
That's funny.
But I thought about some other stuff, and I just was like, I thought about being an environmental microbiologist.
Yep.
Really seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have some training in that.
Yeah, something you probably could do.
Mm-hmm.
Very
So,
good. What about you?
I wanted to be a beach bum. I mean, I really did think, I went to Catholic school in Idaho, and so I was pre-law, but man, as soon as I graduated, I went straight to California, and I just wanted to be a beach bum so bad, but I knew I would disappoint my grandfather, so that's the only reason I went to college.
So what job do you know you would not want to do? No thanks. And I've heard a lot of people say, I would not want to be a doctor or a nurse. I just can't do the blood, so.
I wouldn't want to be a politician.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah.
I agree with Duane.
Yeah, okay.
I'd love to be a politician. I worked in politics for 3 years after college. I think the least job that I would ever want to do is, just something outside, something with my hands.
Right.
I'm not very handsy. I can't even really put up a poster. I did it wrong today helping him. So I'm not a handsy person.
No, just know your limitations.
Yes.
Yes, it's always a good thing. Well, one last question. When you arrive at the pearly gates, what do you want to hear the Lord say to you?
Welcome and thanks.
Come on in, buddy.
Job well done.
Yeah, amen. Well, thank you all. This has just been delightful. I'm so happy to hear about the great things that are happening at Art Center Waco. Again, the location is
701 South 8th Street.
And you have a Facebook page, website.
Facebook, website,
Instagram.
artcenterwaco.org.
Lots of great classes and things coming up if you're trying to figure out what to do with the kids this summer. So
yes,
Art Center has got some plans for you. Thank you all so much.
Yes, thank
Appreciate
you.
your time today.
Thank you.
Stay with us. There is...
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, your bank for life.
Today's show is brought to you by the Heart of Texas Home Builders Association. Don't miss this year's Home Products Show. It's January 31st and February 1st at the base at the Extraco Event Center. You'll see everything from home construction to remodeling, start to finish. Tickets are $5 at the door. I'll see you there.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
It's time to start something new at Allen Samuels. Drive in with huge savings on all of our Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. From a trail-conquering Jeep Grand Cherokee, towing in style with a Ram Heavy Duty, or cruising the city in a sporty and luxurious Ram 1500, we've got the perfect ride for you. Stop by Allen Samuels in Waco, where we make car buying easy.
Come by, let's be friends.
At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi.
And I'm getting everything ready for our amplified show. So we had a minimum requirement open call of 48 inches, the minimum size requirement. And then over 40 artists applied, and a jury of 6 people selected the works, and 20 pieces got in.
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
Would you like to see the augmented reality on this one? Okay, here we are. This is this one. Allow and start. Look at that. Look at the fishy. So we have to travel with the mural. I like how that fish went backwards. Whee!
TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, your bank for life.
My artwork is, I specialize in portrait work, and I've been doing portraits for about over 10 years now. And I really love vibrant colors. I love making sure that my subjects stand out with their silhouettes or maybe their movement, their characters. I love majestic poses that feel masculine but also feminine, and I love intertwining nature and spirituality into my artwork. I am a self-taught artist. I had inspiration from my mother. She was also an artist, and I would see her illustrations in some of her designs at home, and it really inspired me to take on this creative journey. You are looking at the New Growth exhibition curated by Art Center Waco, and a beautiful message.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
Color is more than a mere pigment. It's a language of emotion and possibility. In Beyond Blue, 14 accomplished professional artists of Central Texas, or PACT, interpret the theme by taking their art to a level beyond blue, transforming this fundamental palette staple into a gateway of artistic expression. Through still life, landscapes, and representational works in oil, acrylic, mixed media, and ceramic, the exhibition invites viewers to journey beyond the traditional boundaries of a single color and into the rich expressions of the artist's imagination.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal windows. Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal windows. Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free, plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
It's time to start something new at Allen Samuels. Drive in with huge savings on all of our Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. From a trail-conquering Jeep Grand Cherokee, towing in style with a Ram Heavy Duty, or cruising the city in a sporty and luxurious Ram 1500, we've got the perfect ride for you. Stop by Allen Samuels in Waco, where we make car buying easy.
Come by, let's be friends.
This is Visit to Magnolia Table in Waco, Texas. Cue the pigeons. My wife and I, Desiree, visited here. Unbelievable place. Everything was done with excellence. Highly recommended. Before there was Magnolia Table, there was the Elite Cafe, a Waco favorite diner that opened in 1919. The original location on Austin Avenue grew so popular that the owners opened a second location on the Waco traffic circle. After the infamous tornado of 1953, along with various renovations and ownership changes, both locations eventually closed. Knowing the Elite's rich history, Chip and Joanna were hopeful that this Waco icon wasn't quite finished feeding locals and visitors alike. When they purchased the building and began its renovation, their priority was to preserve its history while also giving it a fresh start. The cafe's doors reopened in 2018, this time as the sit-down restaurant, Magnolia Table. You can watch the entire story unfold on Season 5 of Fixer Upper. Here's a wide shot of the updated building. If you wear a fun hat like a fedora, cowboy hat, or wide brim hat, get 10% off your meal. That's not true. Please don't try it. But you do try it. Tell them you saw this video. Let's see what happens. Some other quick items. Do I need a reservation? From the website, it says reservations are not required but are encouraged to minimize your waiting time. Reservations can be made via Open Table for up to 6 people. Walk-in parties are welcomed on a first-come, first-served basis, and they do not offer call-ahead seating. We're here.
Ooh, it's hot. Is it super hot?
Nicest silverware I've ever used at a restaurant.
I'm not sure what these burlap things are for.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.